Hope Jada says, this role seems really intense. Was it ever difficult to disconnect yourself from the character once shooting wrapped?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I worked on it for a long time before we started shooting as well, and I was thinking about it a lot. And you know, it's one of the jobs I've kind of, because I couldn't really get out of my hotel as well when I was shooting because there was always people outside. I did kind of stay, I guess, sort of in character the whole time. I mean, when I got home after work, I was kind of obsessed with it, and I liked working on it in the evening. It's one of the most satisfying jobs I've ever done, so I guess I kind of always brought my work home as well.
Amy wants to know, what was it like having James Bond as a father?
Yeah, when they first cast Piers, I was like, you know, it's an intimidating prospect, first of all. And I don't know, he's like I had no idea what to expect from him at all, and he ended up being really down to earth, really nice guy. But he's got like massive confidence as well, like unshakable confidence, and so it's kind of perfect to play the dad in it, because Tyler is just constantly trying to break him down all the time and can never make even a dent in his armor. So it's good seeing this guy who's just like really solid all the time.
Kasia from Poland writes, would you ever consider playing James Bond?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be capable of it. Like, I think you need to be pretty fit for that.
This is from Trina. This was your first time doing a love scene in Remember Me. Were you nervous about that at all?
It's not my first time, actually. I've done a couple of others and other
films. Oh, Trina, you're making me look bad.
It's always a little bit awkward, but it's just really, if one party is uncomfortable with it, then it makes it really uncomfortable. But I guess like Emily, you know, she's a pretty confident girl. I mean, there wasn't really anything weird about it.
This is from Krithi and Prerna from India. They're your biggest fans in India. They want to know, who's your inspiration as an actor?
Out of modern actors, I guess Joaquin Phoenix I always thought was amazing, and it's a guy called Michael Fassbender. I think it's really great. Ryan Gosling, people, yeah.
It's from Jen with 2 N's. What music are you listening to these days?
God, I don't know. Like, I mean, not much. For some reason, I just don't listen to music very much anymore. I don't know why.
Stephanie wants to know if you're making music these days.
I'm trying. I just bought this like little Puerto Rican instrument. I'm not really sure what it's called. It's like this 10-string instrument. It's a really cool little kind of mandolin guitar thing, which I can take to set with me, and I'm trying to write some stuff on that.
Nicoletta wants to know, what's the funniest absurd rumor that you've read about yourself?
There was this one in this Australian magazine saying I was pregnant like a year ago, which I thought was really great. But I mean, I try and avoid reading them now because I always, I always feel like I need to argue against them, and it's a bit sad, like knowing the headlines about yourself. It's just like I like them to be a surprise.
Monique from New York wants to know if you'd ever do a comedy.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to. But again, it's like really difficult. Comedies are the hardest scripts to find because most good comedies are like, you know, like Will Ferrell things and stuff, like they're all written for comedians. I mean, it's very difficult to find a comedy which is just, you know, just hanging out.
Lisa from England says she gave up Twilight for Lent and it's been torture for her. She wants to know, is there anything that you couldn't give up that would be torture for you?
Beer. Like, that sounds bad.
Julia in Sweden wants to know, who would win in a fight between James Bond and Edward Cullen?
I think Edward has to win because he's like, you know, isn't he like invincible?
True.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
I have to ask this question from TB in Norway just because it was the most creative. Do you feel any responsibility for global warming because you're so hot?
That's pretty funny. I do it. It tortures me every day.